Yes, you have read that right. This is how I have made over $46,000 providing services to the federal government without having to do the physical work. Now, this is not clickbait. As you can see on the screen, this is an actual contract that we have won to provide a fiber optic service to the federal government. Now, this is just one of many federal government contracts that we currently hold right now, but I want to show you the systemized process that we use that you can also follow along to be able to win your first federal government contract. Hey everybody, it's your boy Coach Jay with the FGC Simplified Community. Yes, the coach with the lots. Now, the process of you winning a federal government contract, it's not happenstance. What we do, we just don't stumble upon this, but we actually have a system that we follow, a process that we are able to implement over and over again to be successful in this federal government contracting space. So I hope you have your pen and paper ready, because I want you to take notes so you can implement what I'm about to show you in your federal government contracting journey. There are many ways that the federal government goes about fulfilling a need that they have. Once they have identified that they have a need, they go ahead and do market research to find out if there are available companies that's able to fulfill what they want and gather the technical information that they need in order to put the request out to the open market. Once they have done that and they have set a budget on the amount of money that they're going to spend to fulfill that need, they then put it out on a procurement website. The one that we use, the one that I use mostly, is what we call sam.gov, sam.gov. Anyone can go to sam.gov and you can see in real time what it is the federal government has a need of, so you can know how to position yourself to fulfill the need of the federal government. So my first steps, I needed to find an opportunity for me to actually work on. So what I use sam.gov, which is this procurement website. And I was able to go to the search menu, and then I was able to go to fiber optics. And then I was able to find an opportunity or a need that the federal government was looking for in that particular point in time. So once I find an actual opportunity that the federal government is looking for, then I need to understand what it is that the federal government is actually requesting. Remember that in this time frame, the federal government has already done their research. They have already put a budget together of what they're going to spend to procure this particular service. I just needed to find out and understand what it is the federal government actually wants in this fiber optic installation. Even though that I don't have any experience in the fiber optic realm, even though I don't have any experience installing or managing fiber optics, that does not deter me or hinder me from actually fulfilling these opportunities. What I need to do, and again, this is part of the system that we've put together. If I am not the expert in this field, I then need to find someone who does. So what we do, we then need to understand, and this is shifting into phase 2 of our system. We were able to find the opportunity. Now I need to do is I need to understand what exactly is the federal government requesting. So in every opportunity, there is what is called a description or a statement of work, meaning they are going to give you all the information needed in order for you to give them what they want. So this is an example of what will be included inside of this opportunity that you found. In this opportunity, they're going to give you a project description, and it's going to show you all the information that they're going to need. They will give you objectives. They're going to give you what they want. They're going to tell you how much of it they want. So they have already done the technical details and the technical research in advance. All I need to do is to be able to translate this and explain this to the actual company that's going to do the physical work. So the key parts in the steps that we're walking through, and I hope you're taking notes. we were able to find an opportunity that the federal government has a need for. Then we were able to read the documentation to understand exactly what it is the federal government is wanting. Now, so we have found an opportunity on SAM.gov of a need that the federal government has. We have to also understand through the documentation that the federal government provided, we understand what it is that they exactly have a need of. They want fiber optic installation installed between 2 server rooms. I don't have the experience or the manpower to actually fulfill that. And this is where the strategy of the middleman comes in. I now am equipped with what the federal government needs. I just need to find a company that has the experience, the expertise, the manpower, and the tools to be able to fulfill what it is the federal government is asking for. So in the documentation, the federal government will also include the address and the area of where they want the work to be performed. So now, armed with that information, I can then go out to the marketplace and find a company that's able to fulfill the work that the federal government is actually needing to be done. Based off of the description of the work and where they want the work to be done, I have identified and I have found companies in that area that's willing to do the work for me. And all I've simply done is requested a quote from them in order for them to perform the work that they do on a day-to-day basis. They provide me a price on how much it will cost to go out and a time frame on to fulfill what the federal government wants. So I've found a company based off of the address and the description of what the federal government wants, who has the time and capacity to fulfill what the federal government is looking for. They have presented me a quote on how much exactly they're going to charge to do this work the federal government wants done. So now I am going to put my profit on top of it, because I am actually not doing this work for free. I am putting the need of the federal government, and I am combining it with the actual company that's able to fulfill the work, and I am presenting this to the federal government. I've understand what it is the federal government wants, and I've found a company that's able to provide the actual physical service. They have given me a quote on how much they are going to charge me to actually do the work. So I'm now going to present to the federal government that my company is willing and able to fulfill this work, and I'm going to include the quote that I got from the subcontractor with my profit included to the federal government. Now, there are some other information that is needed that's in the documentation that I need to submit along with the price. So there is price and there is some other information that's needed in order for me to actually win the federal government contract. So once I submitted all that information, the federal government has reached out to me, and I will show you here that they have said that I have won the actual contract to fulfill the fiber optic service. So now I will just reach out to the company that gave me the actual quote, and now I'm going to hire them to go out and to perform the physical work. This company goes out and does the work, and then they are going to send me an invoice for the work that they have just completed. I am invoicing the federal government, and then the federal government is going to pay me, and I would pay my local business that I hired in order to perform the work. And there you have it. That was a high-level overview of how I was able to win a $46,000 contract without physically having to do the work, by me providing value to the federal government, by putting the need of the federal government and connecting it with a business that had the expertise, the manpower, and the know-how to actually fulfill what the federal government is wanting. You can do this too. But if you want to actually have our system, our process that you can then overlay on top of your existing business, or you want to start a business to get into federal government contracting and do what we do, click the link down in the description. I'll put it in the show notes that you can either book a 30-minute call with me so I can walk you through the process, or I can just give you an invitation to be part of the FGC Simplified community. All right. If you want, if this video had provide any type of value to you, please like, share, subscribe, or if you have comments on future videos that you would like to see, drop it in the comments too as well. I will make a video with it so I can give you the value you need in order for you to take action. Remember, you cannot win a federal government contract if you do not submit. And if you don't know how to submit, we are here to help you. All right, I'm Coach Jake with the FGC Simplified community, and I'll see you on the next video. We're out. Let's go.